This is my 31st cubing competition of my cubing career. This one is the finale to the Madison series, which is a series of competitions where they have a new main event every single time, and we are ending off with 3x3. But this was an epic saga that I never really got to experience that much. Although, like, there were some fun competitions. You saw Pure Minx with Madison Ideas, 4x4x4 Madison Lakes. Those kind of competitions were in the same venue as this one. But anyway, we got to start with 3x3, the main event of this competition. We'll see how I do there.
Fun fact, this was the first competition that I've been to, which had the head-to-head format in the 3x3 finals. I think I will release a video with some thoughts about that next week. But I'm not making the finals, so I'm just going to try to do the best I can in 3x3 right now.
Three by three round one has been completed, and I got 3 counting 10s. So of course I got a 10 average, 10.5 to be more exact. And honestly, just like, that's fine. Like, I don't really care that much. That's not surprising at all. The 8 was nice, the 13, it happens, and then all the 10s were just average. Like, if we were to define average in one word, it would be that average. But next up is 2x2. This will either go really well or it will go really poorly.
And also, the chance I made finals would be extremely low here. I would need like a 2 average. So again, there's less pressure, so let's see what I can do.
We have finished up 2x2, and I did count a 2, but I also counted a 3.9, so it overall just made a 3.3 average, which is not bad. I will take it, slightly above average. Obviously, it's not making finals because it's impossible to make finals in this competition since there are so many good cubers here. But you know, it's still pretty solid. And next up, we have one-handed, so we'll see if I can also do pretty good there.
A sub 20 average is generally the goal that I want when I go into one-handed, so we'll see if I'm able to accomplish that here.
One-handed has just been completed, and all things considered, it was actually a pretty decent average, just like my 2x2 one, although I would say I like the one-handed average better. It was an 18 average, and I was averaging like 21 in practice, so that's why I don't understand how I keep doing really good in competition. Like, I averaged 21 in practice, and then I get an 18 average in competition, and it doesn't feel any different at all.
But next up is square one, the only shapeshifter in the WCA. There was a world where I would average like 10 to 15 seconds in this event at this point right now, but I stopped practicing it. But we'll see if I could still get a decent average.
Square one is now done, and I got a 20.74 average, which I didn't expect anything else. I just expected that. That was exactly what was going to happen. Now we have Skewb next, so we'll see how I do in Skewb.
I don't really see myself ever practicing this side event, which is probably why I'm so mid at it, but we'll still see if I could somehow get a decent average. That Skewb average was so bad that I just literally didn't want to update it. But it is Skewb, and I don't really care, so let's just move on to the next event, which is 3 blind. And I don't typically succeed at this event, so we'll see if I succeed here somehow.
3x3 blindfolded has been completed, and I got multiple successes for the first time ever, and I have yet to quintuple DNF. That is awesome news. They weren't PR, but I also managed to +2 in blindfolded, which is great content. But next up is one-handed round 2. We'll see how I do here.
I wasn't expecting to get a second round of one-handed out of this competition, as I thought there were only 2 rounds, but we'll see if I can make anything with this opportunity.
One-handed has been completed, and I got a 19 average, which I can't really complain about. I did get a 15-second single, which was pretty nice. And I think the last event of day 1 is Megaminx, which is going to be interesting to see. I almost PR'd in this event last competition, so we'll see if I can pull it off here.
And even if I'm not able to PR, at least getting a nice round of Megaminx could end up helping, as I had yet to get a PR this day, and I really want to keep my PR streak alive.
Day 1 of this competition has been completed. I finished up my Megaminx round and I ended up getting, I think, a 114 average, which is good considering I was like getting 120s in practice, but like I still haven't gotten the PR, and we're going into Day 2. And for the first time, I am going into Day 2 without a PR so far. Every time I've been to a 2-day competition, I've gotten a PR somewhere in the first day. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but overall, it's been a very interesting Day 1 in that the averages I got are like not terrible, but they're definitely not PR, and I need a PR. We are back for Day 2 of this competition. There are still a good amount of events left today, including 2 3x3 rounds likely, 1 more 3-blind round, although I'll probably only get 3 solves instead of 4. Obviously 6x6 and 7x7 along with clock, but clock is not something that I really care about. And then I also have team blindfolded, but that doesn't really count in this event, so let's just PR in 3x3.
Once again, this event is the first one of the day, so we'll see if I'm locked in or not.
Three v 3 has been completed, and I just want to say, if I don't get a PR in this competition, I am going to be furious about that average. And I will also disdain the GD perm for the rest of my life. I got a counting 8 and then a 9.5 that was also counting, and so I just needed a sub 10 on the last solve, and I was on track to get it, and I got a stupid GD perm that I couldn't recognize. Like, if I'd have just gotten a J perm like I did to end my last PR average, then I would have totally PR'd again. But instead, now I just have a 9.7 average, which is not bad, but it is certainly not PR, and PR is the goal here, and then next up is clock. And I can tell you I'm not PRing in clock. We'll just see what happens.
I'm pretty sure this competition is the first time I'd be solving a clock in the last 2 months, so we'll see if I still remember how to solve it.
Clock has been completed, and I end up getting like a 10 average, probably like mid to low 10, which honestly is exactly what I was expecting. I probably haven't solved the clock since the last competition, which was in February. So yeah, that's been like 3 months, and I still remembered how to solve clock, which is honestly the main thing here. Next up, I believe, is 3 blind, so we'll see how I do there.
After the decent successes I had in round 1, it'd be interesting to see if I could replicate that round 2 or if I just crumble again. No blindfolded update, but I can say that that 3-minute success was not bad to get. And next up are probably the 2 most important events of the day. I have 7x7 and 6x6. It's because I think these 2 events are my last 2 chances of PRing until we get to 3x3, which I am not betting on PRing in. So I gotta hope I can find a PR somewhere in these 6 solves. And of course, in the most high-pressure, intense moment of the competition up to this point, with a PR on the line, my camera did not finish recording the solve. So I'm going to have to reveal it to you through voiceover. And the answer is I got a 431, which was just enough to PR. I ended up getting a 418 average. So there you go, I did not choke it. Now with the relief of having that PR, I can go into 6x6 with relatively little stress. So maybe that means I'll perform better, but we'll see.
6x6, 7x7 have finally been completed, and I also finally don't have to worry about getting a PR because I got one in 7x7. I got a new PR average. PR streak is now 31 competitions long, which apparently isn't that impressive. Next up, we have 3x3 round 3, which should be my final round of the competition, barring any crazy make of finals. To do that, I would need to get a 7-second average, which means I would need to get my PR single 5 times in a row. So we'll see if I could do that.
What's ironic is I said right before this round that I thought I could get a sub 8, and on the very first solve, this happened.
Competition has now finished up. 3x3 third round has just been completed, and that is my last event. Before I talk about that, I'm gonna talk about team blind, which did not go very well. We got like a 345 and like a 215 on the next solve when we switched roles. Then we had 3x3 third round, which started with a DNF, which was my first ever DNF in 3x3. I thought I was going to get a really good time. Actually, before the round, I said I was gonna get a sub 8, and that almost happened. I just did not realize that there was a U-perm, so that sucked, but I obviously didn't count a really bad time, so it didn't really matter. So that is pretty cool, and that is the end of this competition. So thanks for watching this eventful vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.